Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very, very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on the band Free. And through this song, All Right Now, we looked at, hey, look, sometimes we need to say, hey, look, everything's okay. So I trust you found that one encouraging. Well, going from there to 1940 in Hartford, Connecticut. This guy was born and he's had 22 singles in the top 40 and 11 in the top 10. He was influenced by the doo-wop groups of the early 1950s. And his first band was Gene and the Genials, and that followed by the Embers. The guy we're talking about is Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee Gene Pitney. Gene was signed to Music-Door in 1961, and he had a string of hits after that point. Gene Pitney just got one of these incredible voices. First of all, his range. His range is amazing. He can get up really, really high, so strong all the way through, so resonant, so pure. Gene Pitney really had quite a distinctive voice in lots of ways. She's so happy his voice is distinctive because no other voice is really quite like this guy's in many ways. He had very unique nuances to his voice, and it was only right that he would be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as he did. One of his first hits, Town Without Pity, actually won a Golden Globe Award, nearly won an Academy Award as well. We've got a studio version of this particular song below. Town Without Pity, it's all about a town without compassion, a town without feeling, a town without really considering our fellow man. It's a town where really we're just in it for ourselves and no one else really matters. I do wonder where we're going a little bit as a society, and that is that we're becoming very insular, and that is phones and headphones enable us to basically shut the world out and to basically be on our own. Because human beings are very hard to connect with, but we do need to connect with them from time to time. But the issue of it being just all about us and just all about me means that there are spaces in the world where we need to care for other people. If there was nobody that cared, nothing would ever happen in the caring way. Think about hospitals and doctors and police and emergency services. The whole heap of not-for-profit community services out there that do actually care for people. If nobody cared, it wouldn't be a very, very good place. The society would just not be able to take care of everybody it needs to take care of. But because we have this ability to care, we do. We don't want to get to a point where we are a town without compassion, a town without pity, a town without compassion. We need to always look around us and see who needs our help, who needs that extra bit of care, who needs a smile even as we walk down the street. Because we need to keep our faith in human nature, don't we? Human nature is an interesting thing, and we do wonder at times where it's going, but it's still there. I still believe in it, still believe that it is still there. It's still part of who we are, and deep down we do want to do the right thing as individuals. I'm thinking it's just that we've been clouded behind these facades that we need to put up because the world requires us to be perfect. But I don't know about you, I'm not perfect. You think about this channel, nothing perfect about this channel. I've been told that, we don't do this and we don't do that. But what I'm actually looking for is just a real connection with people and I suppose to make a small impact in my part of the world, because if all of us did that, the world would be a much better place than it is right now. Sure, there are many things that seem to be a lot bigger than just what individuals can do, but even in those places, there are small parts of the world in those places where just little things happen, little changes happen. So let's not become a town without pity. Let's remain a town with compassion. as we look at our surrounding towns, our surrounding environments around us, to see how we can make the world a better place. So we've got a studio version of that one before. Out in 1962, Liberty Vallance, we've got a studio version of that one. Gene Pitney was also renowned for a bit of songwriting, writing for such people as Roy Orbison, Bobby Vee, Ricky Nelson and the Crystals. And he was sought after as a songwriter as well. Out in 1962, Only Love Can Break a Heart, called one of his classics. When you think of Gene Pitney, this is the song that you think about. Got a live version of that one. And then another classic of hers, 24 Hours from Tulsa. It's all about, hey, I'm going to be in her arms in 24 hours. Don't we love the feeling of, like, when you've missed someone and you're coming back to them after a bit of a time, you think, hey, I'm so good to be with you here right now. Missing someone is a real thing. It really, really is. And to be able to reconnect with someone, even if it's after a few days, it's pretty cool. So 24 Hours from Tulsa. You can't talk about Gene Pitney and not talk about that song. 1963, got a version of that one below. Number 5 in the UK, number 17 in the USA. He remained kind of relatively successful between the 1960s and 1970s, and he came back in 1989 with Soft Cells at Marc, Almond, Something's Got a Hold of My Heart, the studio version of that one. It was good to see him even some 28 years later. He still came out with a pretty big hit, and so we've got a studio version of that one. In 2002, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is very, very well deserved indeed. And between 1962 and 2018, there's been 69 releases, and so there's a lot of output there. Of course, there's some greatest hits albums in there, but there's also a number of studio albums as well. Gene did leave us, died of a heart attack in the year 2006 at the age of 66. And it's so good to see him get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in 2002. So we do all sorts of manner of people in this channel, including such greats as this guy, and we had to give him a bit of a tribute today. The links to those 5 clips are in the description below, and I've also included my last video for free, so if you want to recap on them, feel free. Well, if you come back for another one, this is your first time, the Life Reflections through Music, how great to see everybody here. Next time, we're going to go to live in a northern town and the Dream Academy. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.